Hey.
Hey guys, welcome back to the MASE and SHADY show. We've been on hiatus for a while, but we are back. How are y'all doing tonight? Thank y'all for joining us. I see you, Shar, Yvette,
Hey,
Kat.
Shar. Hey, Yvette. Is that Catherine? Hey, Catherine.
Mhm. Thank y'all for joining us. It has been an interesting couple weeks, but we are here. And we got a lot to talk about tonight. It's a lot of lawsuits, a lot of allegations, and a lot
Speculations
of
and situations.
stipulations. Um, hey, Robin, thanks for joining us.
Hey, Robin.
So, how you doing tonight, Mace?
Not too good.
I understand that. It's kind of been rough for me. I think everything retrograde now. I haven't. I've just been too tired to do
It's
anything.
something. I don't know. It's retro something. How have
Let's
you
get
been?
on.
Haven't seen you in the while. How's life?
Life is lifing.
All
Life
over the
is
place, I guess.
lifing. But let's get into some lightweight stuff right now. Let's
You want to
start
get
with.
into the riot that Kai started in my city?
Well, I said lightweight, but let's start with off. Let's start off with the riots.
That
Macy,
was, that was pretty light. Like no one got seriously hurt. I should say that. Now people were hurt, but they wasn't seriously hurt. Now cars was damaged.
what was the riot about? Was it about the PS5 giveaway, or what was it about?
Yeah, because I guess if people don't know, Kai is a very, very popular content creator. He does YouTube. He's also extremely, extremely popular on Twitch. I believe that he's alleged to have made $1 million a month. He told the teens, because he's like more of a like a lot of like teens watch him. He spoke out on his platform and said that he was doing a giveaway. That he was giving away some PS5s, I believe some keyboards, some microphones, some other stuff, and to meet him in Union Square. Now he did this without having any permits and without notifying the NYPD. So all these kids and teens and people just showed up in mass amounts at one time at Union Square and caused chaos. So the police was trying, wrangle stuff together. Then it turned into a riot. The kids was disruly. I saw them. They ripped up a construction site. It looked like the purge. Like it was very scary because New York is not prepared for this. They were not prepared at all. And I understand that this was this was not something that was planned for them to be prepared, but you have to stay ready so you don't have to get ready because anything can happen. And for them to be so unprepared and they were throwing stuff, they attacked the cops. The cops was picking up boards, trying to cover themselves, running, scared. It was scary.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand it getting that way because even when it's like Christmas time and the PS5s go on sale, everybody trying to knock themselves over and shooting each other over
This
these
was more than a
PS5s.
PS5 on sale. This was it. Did you see the footage?
It's free. It was free. I did see the footage, but what I'm saying is people will knock each other over for a sale. So if you're giving away free
Yeah.
stuff, then of course
I
people are going to lose their minds.
during 9/11, I didn't see that many people. This was extreme amount of people, and this is going to put this young boy, in my opinion, on the government's radar. Because if you have, this is power. Because if you can make one post and have all those people show up, and the people was crying just like, I just want to see Kai. I just want to see Kai. I don't even want the stuff. Like for you to have this much power, you're definitely a threat.
A lot of people do have power that
Yeah.
they don't realize. People like big influencers like Kim Kardashian who really don't have any talent. They do have a lot of followers, so
Mm-hmm.
anything that they touch, people are gonna buy or people are gonna go check it out.
The only
Um,
thing scary with this one is that he has a lot of teen followers. and a lot of teen flowers, you know, like your brain doesn't really develop till you're like mid-30s. And these kids, if you say one thing to these teens, like Kim Kardashian could come outside like, meet me at Times Square. I'm giving away some Spanx. I'm giving away what she has. Her thing. They probably will come in droves like that. Mm-hmm. And a lot of probably, because she, you know, a lot of middle-aged, older people that has a little more sense. These kids were out of control. It looked like the Purge. They were walking down the street with picks, axes, destroyed. They tore up a construction site in less than 5 minutes, a whole construction site. This was crazy. I never saw nothing like this in my life.
Well, quite honestly, I'm not surprised by anything anymore. Even when the alien thing broke out and they announced that the government had alien contact and they have, you know, I'm just nothing really.
But I've been telling this to people for years. I've been telling this for people, like people are like us as human beings, like we are very narcissistic and naive to think that there's not other life forms that's more powerful than us, or other life forms, period, like highly intelligent life form. Like, what do you think? Like, where do you think all this technology and stuff coming from? Because in my opinion, I do believe the rumors that the government and I think the 1950s made a deal with the aliens for them to abduct a certain amount of people for the technology and stuff. Because where's all this technology coming from? This is crazy. I believe they've been in contact with them in some exchange, and I think something is closing in where they had to say something or whatever, because soon
something that's about to happen for them to actually openly admit this. Because I mean, it's been speculated for years, but for you to openly admit, hey, we made contact with aliens, I think the UFO sightings are becoming more and more. People are starting to see more stuff, and now, you know, I don't know.
Maybe no, but they say a lot of people. It's a lot of conspiracy theories. They said it's Project Blue Beam, that this is something for the New World Order and the One World Religion. Like they're gonna start putting stuff of faking alien invasions to scare everybody to for them to all follow one religion, to make it a one religion world. But I don't think so. And it's also a conspiracy theory that a CIA agent had said that they have up into 2027 that believe the extraterrestrials like told them like, we're going to start showing ourselves, and y'all have this amount of time to get the people prepared for what's about to happen, because they already made a deal like with, I guess, our world.
Well, we'll be here when they come, so I'm not worried.
I don't know. I've been waiting for them for a long time. I go outside, I be still on my fire escape. I be like trying to get a death certificate for years. Like, please come take me. I've been trying to for them to take me away. I don't know why they won't come take me, but they do talk to me.
Speaking of aliens, let's talk about this clone, alleged clone.
Jamie?
Jamie. He's receiving backlash because of a post that he was making about fake friends. I'm gonna read the post verbatim. The post said, "They killed this dude named Jesus. What do you think they'll do to you? Hashtag fake friends. Hashtag fake love." And Jennifer Aniston is one of the people that was, really upset by it. She was saying that he's being anti-Semitic, and people are calling for the cancellation of Jamie Foxx because they're saying he's spewing anti-Semitism across social media. And I'm just trying to figure out where's the anti-Semitism coming from. It was just a post about fake friends, and I think
what exactly is anti-Semitism? Like, what is it exactly?
It's like hate against Jews. That's what
I don't understand these. Are we monetized? No, we're not monetized. The what I'm about to say does not. Well, it reflects my views, not Shady's views. These damn Jews is getting on my goddamn nerves. Y'all got every freaking thing. Are they going to tell these damn Jews that the Holocaust was beneficial to them? Because was the Holocaust beneficial to them? Because they seem to have every fucking thing. They seem to run everything. You run Hollywood. You're all the lawyers, even Cardi B in her just latest lawsuit situation. My lawyer is a Jew. He's going to chew the case up. So is that anti-Semitic when she's saying that? When she's praising y'all about how y'all run everything? Y'all got the best deal ever. And they say, what's anti-niggametic? I need to find out what's anti-niggametic. We need to get that up there because it's crazy how we were the race as Black people. We are still suffering from racism. We don't have, like, it's a few far between that we have, like the Jewish people have. Y'all went through the Holocaust, which was, I don't think you can't compare that to slavery. Like, come on now. And you got the better end of the deal. You own everything. What does Black people get? We didn't get no reparations. Y'all still getting money from America, and the Holocaust didn't even happen on our land.
But Jamie was receiving so much backlash that he had to apologize to the Jewish community.
I'm done with Jamie because Jamie came out and apologized to them niggas when we were sitting there thinking that this nigga was dead and that we worried about him. We're talking about where's Wanda. And he responded like in 5 minutes to Jennifer flat ass.
When Jamie came forward, he did look a little bit more pale. He looked like he lost a little bit of color. So I don't know what he's going through, but he's going through something in his mind about fake friends. But I think the post was really about fake friends. It wasn't about anti-Jew anything. So
why are they picking apart every post? Jennifer flat ass
against Jewish people, they're gonna latch onto it and make you apologize.
But my thing is, why is Black people, and especially Black people, conforming to this? Like, if every Black person, like, no, I'm not. No, apologize to us. Like, no, I'm not doing it because if every person stick together, you see how Cant called all the people down there.
He's an actor in Hollywood, and he wants to continue to have a career.
But no, what I'm saying is for every person, Black person or person of color, to have this man's back, they wouldn't be able to do what they do. Because even with the NBA, the situation with Kyrie, if all those players had said this is wrong, because what did he actually do? He recommended somebody to watch a movie that's on a Jewish man's network. If it was so anti-Semitic, why the hell is it on a Jewish man's network? Why is he profiting off something that's anti-Semitic? And for Kyrie to promote this movie, they turned on him like a rabid dog. The whole NBA, I'm saying, if all the players had stuck together and said, we're not playing, not unless you let him play, what they going to do? Get a whole new NBA in a day? You would shut down the system. Like, people, they don't stick together. Like, even with the actors. And Jamie Foxx, you didn't even make a written statement to your fans of decades. When we thought you... But as soon as this Jewish lady... As soon as this Jewish lady say something, 5 minutes later, you hear with a statement. That's crazy.
He didn't mention Jewish people at all. He said they killed Jesus. So what do you think that they'll do?
But he still apologized for it. My thing, I don't even care if he said Jew. The thing is, why are you apologizing for it? And when you didn't even have the most consideration for your fans, you didn't have enough consideration to even do a tweet or say, I'm okay, I'm good yourself. You let everybody sit and wonder and worry about you. Like I said, people was praying that haven't prayed in a month of Sundays for Jamie Foxx. And as soon as say something anti-Semitic, 5 minutes later, you're on the thing with your whole written statement of, oh, I didn't mean to offend anybody. Like, really? How you respond to that? That's crazy. Why you didn't pull the same thing that you pulled on us?
I mean, I understand what you're saying. I mean, I think this is a misunderstanding. I think he just was in his feelings, wanted to make a post about fake friends. Y'all took it out of context.
No, the white people, they took it out of context. Mind your business.
It's good to take a break from social media every now and then because y'all be doing too much. Y'all really do. So
it's like, mind your business. This man didn't even mention nothing about you in the statement, and all of a sudden it's anti-Semitic and you don't support and whatever you don't support. Why do everyone feel they have to just make a statement now? Like, I have to say something. I just have to. Just like, ooh,
some type of way. I do want to talk about this story about O'Shea Sibley, who was in New York. He was dancing, voguing at a gas station, and the guys inside the gas station who were Muslim were offended by him dancing or voguing outside and went out and approached him, and a teenager stabbed him and unalived him. And because of him being gay and I guess dancing or whatever, and that offended him so much that he had to kill him. So there were no developments for a while, but today yesterday I saw that the teenager has been arrested, but I don't know. They haven't released his picture. They've been protected. He is underage. I mean, I think he's 17, so he's basically grown anyway. They had the footage. They had the video footage of the incident in front of the gas station. So I don't know what prompted him to decide that he was going to kill this guy because he's dancing.
Because he was minding somebody else's business, somebody else's existence, and them being happy somehow gets under the skin of other people that has nothing to do with mine. It costs nothing to mind your business. Like, that is so sad. The young man was from Brooklyn, and his neighbors also spoke out, and his brother had spoke out, who also witnessed the incident. And it was just so sad. Like, they were just dancing. They were just having a good time dancing. And the gentleman came outside. Well, they're not gentlemen, the animals came outside and started saying something to them about dancing. They were saying
homophobic slurs.
Yeah, they were saying homophobic slurs to them. And O'Shea, being the bold one, they said that he was always like that he went up to them. Like, he went up to them and was like, went back and forth with them. In the middle of them going back and forth, he started breaking out in a dance, like taunting them, like, dancing like in front of them. And the young boy pulled out a knife and just stabbed him one time in the chest. And his brother explains how he, went away in his arms and he was covering it.
Wounds. Didn't he do?
They say it was a stab wound. They said it was one stab. Well, allegedly one stab wound to the chest. And they said because he kept saying he just one time. He said it was so fast. It was just one time, and wherever he could have punctured an artery or something like that to cause some bleed out, he was like, it was just so much blood, like one more time, and because he was trying to
do it in somebody's chest. I mean, that's a hard point. That's where your heart is. That's where your vital organs are. Your lungs, your heart. So he ended up passing away. They did arrest the teenager. I hope he's charged as an adult and he spends the rest of his life in jail. There was protection.
Yeah, and I hope maybe is this teenager even a citizen? Like, I don't know. Like, this is horrible.
They haven't released his information yet. But I did wanted to bring light to that. Beyonce honored him at her concert. And, I think Janelle Monáe did like a tribute to him as well. So this is just a sad story. So
it is sad, and it's sad that his neighbors also spoke out as well. And one of his neighbors was saying that he had warned him about being, I guess, so flamboyant. Those wasn't the words he uses, but that's what he basically described. That he said he warned him about the area, like, when you and your friends come over, maybe y'all need to tone it down, a little bit, because in this area, people, don't like that. And so he said, I always warned him because he was always just himself. Like,
you don't have to like it. You don't have to like it, but go about your business. That's my thing. You don't have to like nothing nobody does. But go. I mean, you were inside the gas station, so I don't see why it was affecting your life so much the way you had to get a knife and stab this man.
Well, I believe because he does look like some of those I'm not too sure, but he looks like a lot of times in those Muslim religion, they think it's okay but this is the United States of America. Like I said, this is not your home country, because it's like legal for them to do stuff like that in certain areas, and even like with their daughters. Like I was watching the ID channel, and one of the daughters, like of Indian family, she had a boyfriend, and they found out about the boyfriend, and they banned her, like held her from school, kept her in the house. And when they finally let her back out after months later, and she went back to school, her brother ended up seeing her in the hallway speaking to a gentleman, goes back home and tells the father, I saw such and such, in the hallway of school, talking to a boy, just talking to a boy. Mm-hmm. And he X'd his daughter out, basically, and felt vindicated because he felt that he was vindicated due to his religion for
A
doing what
lot
he
of
did.
a lot of I don't want to say Middle Eastern, but a lot of places over there on that side of the world, women have no rights. Number one, they can't wear what they want to wear. They can't speak to men. There's a lady that's being held in Dubai right now for yelling at a man. She was disputing some type of
No, she
bill.
was just yelling in public. It's illegal to yell in public in Dubai.
I heard she was disputing a bill or something. Like
She
she
was
was.
she was disputing the bill, but you cannot yell. But certain I'm a little I'm like 50-50 with certain things like that, because I do believe stricter laws should be held, and people need to be held to the fire. So if you can't yell out,
She's stuck
yeah,
in a
you
foreign
can't yell
country.
outside, but this is for them people, black them niggas that get a little money or think they're going to get a little money. You go into these farms. I'm in Dubai. Yeah, you're in the jail because you in there, you in Dubai, not knowing the rules and stuff. This is a whole nother foreign country. They don't give a damn about your Western ways. They don't care about that. You're in our land right now, so you should learn the laws of the land before you go to that land, because it's clearly illegal for anyone for yelling, period, in Dubai. And she was going back and forth and arguing. The guy threatened her. You brought that nigga behavior to Dubai, and now you're in jail.
Because she was yelling at a man. The man was offended and reported it. That's what.
But it's more than offensive. People need to look at the law. You can't yell in the streets of Dubai. That's the law. It wasn't only that it was a man that probably played the factor, but it's no disorder. That's considered disorderly conduct in Dubai. It's not like America. So when you see people on the street, you don't see people arguing on the streets in Dubai. Nobody's not going back and forth, arguing back and forth. Oh, you said I want this, I get this. You can't argue back and forth. And if they catch you arguing in the street, you're going to jail. Like that, and they're not playing. Like this is a serious offense. Like that's why it's no crimes. Go Google the crime rate in Dubai. It's very low because they're not playing. And you go over there and you think you live in fabulous and you're doing something, and you go over there and bring that behavior to another country, and now you're in jail. Oh well, I don't feel sorry for her.
Another person I do not feel sorry for, Lynette the Elites. Did you see the interview she did with Carlos King?
Yes, I did.
First, I think the interview was good. It was a good interview. I agree with some of the things that she was saying, and I don't agree with some of the things that she was saying. Nene reminded us of why we missed her and also why we don't miss her. It's just like it's a catch-22. First, she talked about her son, the oldest one, the little, kind of rough, the one who was arrested for drug use and tried to use his drugs. Bryce, is that Bryce?
Bryson, yeah, because Brent is the smaller one, I believe.
Okay, so he got arrested for wasn't it fentanyl? A fentanyl addiction?
Yeah, Fenty.
So
you can't say the full word.
We can't say the full word.
For some reason, I don't know why. Well, I'll say Fenty and not that Rihanna. Not that Rihanna.
I don't know why people would want to do something that people have died from, but allegedly he's been doing it for years. Got arrested, tried to use his younger brother's name, and they later found out that it wasn't him and arrested him again. He's currently in jail. Nene is refusing to pay for his lawyer. He had to get a public defender, and it's looking like he's going to have to stay in jail until he actually goes to court, and that could be in a couple months. So
they said it's 2024 January. To January 2024. I don't blame her. Sometimes you gotta let people fall on their sword, especially when you gave him a lot of opportunities to do better. And once you're an addict is the addict, like you said, who would do something that could unalive them like this? Who would even take a chance? An addict. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody's an addict, they don't care. They're living on the edge. And they don't know that next hit and that next high can be their last. And they don't care. So he needs to handle
paying his fees. I understand.
I understand her. I don't blame her for doing this. He needs to handle up on his own. But the only sad thing is that obviously no one is watching 60 Days In on A&E because it is more drugs in the prison than out. It's so many drugs inside that prison, and like it's so accessible. And being that his mother is needing
best life in prison.
And I don't know if Bryce is about their life or not. I don't know if he's about that life. But a lot of times when you go to prison like that and you have a famous family member or someone's famous to you that's close to you, the other inmates tend to threaten you for a conversary. Like, have your person send this amount of money to me or else I'm going to do X, Y, Z to you. So I hope that doesn't happen to him. I don't know if jail is going to be a safe place.
They know he don't get no money. He got a public defender. They know who to go to. So he definitely don't have no money coming in.
No, not that he has money coming in, but them people in jail be desperate. I've seen like they will threaten somebody who has a celebrity or someone who has money thing. And even if that person is not, like they be something like that person doesn't deal with me. I don't even deal with that person no more. Well, you better come up with the money somehow or else your butt is mine. Literally. Like it's scary in there. So like I said, I don't know if he's about that life or if he's did a long stint in prison before or jail. But keep your drawers up. Oh, and by the way, didn't he's the one that whose baby mother showed his boo-boo stained drawers?
Yeah, she did show his boo-boo stained drawers. I do remember that.
Ooh, definitely keep your drawers clean.
Baby mom, doesn't he?
And your nose.
Yeah, also bringing it back to Carlos. I think Carlos is a little bitchy, and he uses every opportunity to throw Candy under the bus. And this is some of the things that I did not like in the interview. Nene talking down on the current cast. Number one, you said you wasn't watching Housewives, but then you mentioned who needs to go. So how do you know who needs to go from the current show if you're not watching? Number one. He had all this negative stuff to say about Candy, who you haven't seen or spoken to in years. Threw Cynthia under the bus again and made all these implications about Cynthia doing backbiting stuff behind her back to get her off the show. Then she backpedaled with Andy and said that she never called him racist when you clearly did call him a racist. And you called him a powderhead as well. But she backpedaled on that, and basically she wants her job back. And she has nothing else going on, literally. She's trying to do other reality shows. They didn't work. The Lanithia Lounge has shut down. She has nothing else going on. And all she does is talk about housewives and what the housewives are doing. But what did you get out of that interview?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, Carlos King is starting to get on my nerves. Like, and he could be my cousin, I swear. Like, I tell you, all the Kings are related. But he's getting on my nerves. Near my aim, and I remember when you and like, just stop. But yeah, Nene is basically, she's begging for her job back. She's trying to go under the guise of that's what the fans want, and the only reason she'll come back is for the fans. Nene, the only reason you'll come back is for the check. No one is hiring you. No one is checking for you because you made yourself like undesirable, unfortunately. And Nene was great. She's iconic. Nene is a reality TV icon. But the way you go about things, and I think she got a little bit, too big for your britches.
She got a big head.
Yeah, she got too big for her britches. You went to Hollywood. They said you couldn't read. They said, you couldn't read the lines. You couldn't keep up. And that wasn't a fit. So your space would inevitably be in reality because you can't do anything else. So, and you ruined that. The only person that's going to be hiring you is the BET. And that's for some probably off-brand, little 6-part, 7-part, reality series.
And she don't want to be on BET. BET checks is not the same as the Bravo checks.
As far as anything big, you're donezo, I believe. You are straight donezo. I think the only way that you can even consider bringing her back if she probably comes back and she still comes back with a public apology because she's still holding on in her head, and she thinks like it's supposed to be some big outpour from the fans. We want Nene. We're not watching until Nene comes back, and that's not happening, girl. That's just not happening, and that's what she's expecting. Like, you were disposable, and you didn't understand that you were disposable. A lot of a smart person knows they know nothing at all. You were disposable. Like, this was, you went and said that these people were racist. You called Andy a powderhead. You said all these detrimental things about this company and the person that's running the Housewives. And then you expect to come back. No, you're a liability. And by saying that, you ruined your potential chances with other networks. Other networks is going to look at NBC Universal and say, we're not going to take a chance on hiring Nene because look what she did to them. You're a liability now. Like, no one's going to really mess with you. And the only reason I think BET is messing with you because they feel sorry for you. She's going to have to really, I think, fall on her sword and humbly come back and apologize and say, like, look, I was wrong maybe, and really apologize. What do you think?
We also got to talk about this lawsuit with Bravo and NBC Universal. They are alleging several things. Hold on, let me pull it up. So NBC and Bravo are hit with a major lawsuit with several reality stars that are alleging sexual and mental exploitation and accuse the network of distributing non-consensual pornography and covering up sexual violence. Now, I don't know where this is coming from. I don't know who's distributing pictures and sending pictures off. I don't know. It sounds like a bunch of disgruntled former castmates got together and decided that they wanted to sue because they feel like they've been wronged. I think Bethany Frankel is one of the people.
Yeah, I believe Bethany Frankel is spearheading
Bethany made millions off of Bravo and being a part of Real Housewives of New York. She made millions. She became a millionaire. She can get on social media and talk about how she wasn't making that much money her first season. A lot of people don't make a lot of money their first year or their first time doing a job. You gradually get to that point. So all these celebrities, these pseudo celebrities getting on here complaining, talking about, well, Bravo's racist, and Tamar on there talking about Braxton Family Values didn't get big because they were racist against us. Like, y'all are really wanting to have a pity party, and I'm tired of it. Like, these pseudo celebrities want to be victimized so bad. And I don't think Nene has the right to be complaining. I don't think Bethany has the right to be complaining. I need more details. I need more people to actually come out and say, this happened to me, and this is what I'm suing about. But Bethany and Nene are not it for me. I would throw that case out. Both have benefited from Bravo. Nene's still trying to get back on Bravo. So please.
Yeah, I think she needs to shut up, like sit down and just shut up, or humbly apologize and humbly fall on her sword and beg for her job back and stop trying to use under the guise that the fans want you back, because child, the fans could take you or leave you. It's not you need that check.
Some people do want her back, and I do think the show needs a shakeup.
They do need a shakeup, but I'm saying as far as but the show carried on without you. It's not that it was so good or you won't be an asset to the show, but you ruined your chances. Like, you became a liability. No network is really going to mess with her. She's about donezo, because once you sue the network and you make these strong allegations towards said network, other networks are looking at this. Mm-hmm. Like, as soon as this person is not feeling satisfied, because everything was good when everything was in Nene's favor, but when they started making you be accountable and holding you to task, you started switching up and saying, oh, it's this, it's that, and it's racist. But when they were tolerating your praises, it was all good.
And her lawsuit is still ongoing. Isn't it still going on? Her lawsuit with Bravo? So
did they settle?
I think it's still ongoing. So you're currently still suing them, and then you are open to have a conversation with Andy. I'm confused. You're over here bragging about how many times he was on Watch What Happens Live, like we give a damn how many times he was on Watch What Happens. It really don't matter at the end of the day. You really thought that you were the star and they couldn't do it without you, and they showed you that they can. I just think that they haven't made the best decisions with casting, and I don't think the producers have been that great. Although I think Carlos King is a great producer, I am sick of him talking about Candy and throwing Candy under the bus every 5 seconds. And just because, not, and it wasn't even just Candy, it was all of Escape who were mad at him for trying to steal their story.
Yeah, why would you do that, Carlos?
So, and I think Candy is fair, and she does forgive. So, but for her to say what she said about you, I believe it. I think he's real sneaky. He's real sneaky.
Yeah, because you were calling her mother, and sitting there talking to your mother. Mama Joyce probably was just going on to like, yeah, baby.
Running her mouth like she always do.
Baby. Just going off, telling all the business, and you sitting there jotting that shit down. Like, what happened? Mm-hmm. Like that was crazy for him to do that, allegedly. But Nene, I think you need to try something new. Like maybe she should try what can Nene do? What is jobs that Nene could do?
Well, I think Nene could probably do a little podcast. I think she could, maybe do something like that. She has the gift of gab. She likes to talk, and she has people who do like to listen to her. So, or maybe she should start a YouTube. She does have a YouTube, but maybe get on it more and do something with it. But the little Nene
got really discouraged. Maybe I think when Claudia Jordan stole her idea, she got very discouraged. I think that was like a discouragement.
And made it better with the gay guys and the hosting.
Podcast. Because that TGIF was born out of Nene Leakes. Nene Leakes was creating a lot of things now, honey.
Nene Leakes starts stuff, but she doesn't finish it. Like she started that idea, but she never went through with it. She started the Lanithia Lounge, but it ended up flopping. Like you make all these comments about Candy and what Candy is doing. At least Candy, she's running her businesses. She has a clothing store, she has restaurants, she's acting, she's still singing with Escape, she's on Housewives with Atlanta.
She's on the Shy.
She's on the Shy. Like, come on now.
She's on the Broadway. She's on.
You want to, but Candy is doing the damn thing. I'm not mad at her. Next, we got to talk about Jocelyn, who was booked. She showed up in court. She was charged with 2 felonies of battery against law enforcement. So we're just gonna keep Jocelyn in prayer. This is
just another pure example about how the man is trying to hold the Black woman down. The Black woman is the most oppressed woman on this face of the earth.
It's white on the police report, which is what I'm confused about. Why did they put her as white? Is she considered a white woman?
Probably because of her Spanish background in Miami, but some people Spanish background, and the government considered them as white. Actually, that's crazy because it was a man. He was Muslim. He was black. He was actually Egyptian, and he was Muslim, but he was black. And he said he came to the United States, and when he came to become a citizen and stuff like that, they told him. They was like, his ethnicity had to be white. And he was like, white? I'm black. He was like, because you're from Egypt and you're Muslim. That for some reason that he was, and he's like, until he had it changed like years later though, as a black man, but he was like, they told him that he was white according to his religion and where he came from, his region.
But Egypt is not a European country, it's an African country.
Right. This is what was so confusing to me. And that's what's like, he said he doesn't, he's like, they told him due to whatever that he was white. He said he was white on his birth certificate for years until he eventually had it changed. So I was like, that was just weird because the same thing as Jocelyn. Like you look at Jocelyn, she's obviously not white. She opened her mouth. She's obviously not white. We don't know if she's black, but she's definitely not white. She may not be black, but she's not white. So for them to put her down,
I think she considers herself Afro-Latina. She looks Afro-Latina to me.
She does,
I don't see
but
what
like
the
I
big
said,
deal is.
It's not. But I said for them to put her down as a white woman, that's crazy.
But we just gonna keep her in prayer. I mean, I do have a soft spot for Jocelyn, even though she's crazy and
they need to just freak her.
She go on her little rants or whatever. She talks to.
Have you been watching the cabaret? Did you watch the cabaret? Did you watch the cabaret?
I saw clips of it. I saw a clip of it, and she talks to them crazy. I would never be on that show.
The little one that looked like an elf with the that had the hard titties and the little short haircut.
No,
Jocelyn choke slammed her. Jocelyn done choke slammed this girl.
But they be kissing her butt. Like, I mean,
they were licking her feet on the plane. She acts like, but she takes on a pimp persona. This is how the pimps probably treated her, and she just always wanted that power. And now that she's in a position, she doesn't know how to act, and she's inflicting what went on with her on these other young ladies. That's what I think. Because she choke slammed that girl, like she literally grabbed her by her neck and slammed her. Like,
so this fight with the police was nothing. Like, she fight all the time. Like, y'all know she fought everybody at the Love and Hip Hop reunion. So she fights. That's what she does. That's the only thing she know how to do. I really was rooting for her on College Hill, and I felt like she was trying to make a change. She was trying to do better, but I think she reverted back to her old ways. And I just have a soft spot for Jasmine. I like her. I just
right. We love the Puerto Rican Black princess over here. She is definitely loved over here. But speaking of somebody who's not loved, you want to talk about Big Draws?
Who?
Big Draws, peanut butter and jelly Lizzo.
Well, let's go ahead and talk about Lizzo. So these allegations really literally came out of nowhere, and a lot of her dancers have come out with a lawsuit. Well, 3 of her dancers have come out with a lawsuit alleging that harassment, a hostile work environment, also alleging that Lizzo forced her dancers to eat bananas out of a prostitute's vagina.
Not a prostitute.
Well, what do you call them? I mean, there was sex workers.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm just saying, like, if you forcing me to eat a banana out of someone's vagina, you're gonna just sex workers usually have the cleanest areas and the cleanest thing because they're constantly cleaning and constantly getting tested. They're a little bit more cleaner than the general public, but no, I'm not doing it.
Why would, number one, I don't care what job I have. If my supervisor tell me I need to eat a banana out of somebody's coochie who I do not know, that's it. I'm done. I'm walking out. You're not gonna force me to do something like that. Like, did y'all eat the bananas?
Like, I believe they said they did.
Don't eat. If you ate the banana, you sit down and shut up. Just sit down and shut up if you ate it. If you didn't, they tried to make you eat it, then you have a case. But if you sat there and ate the banana and went to dance the next day, then you need to sit down and shut up, in my opinion, because evidently you was with it. So I don't know if it was a drunk night and she was just like, y'all, let's do this, let's have fun. And then y'all tried to make it a thing. But she did speak
about this in the interview too. That's what was
she talked about it.
She spoke about the interview, how she wanted to go down to. It was in Korea, I guess China, somewhere in Korea, the red light district, where all the sex workers is, and I guess this is a popular place or a popular thing to do is to eat bananas out of
like a prostitute
sex workers' coochies. But I don't think that she per se was forcing them to do it because you're grown, you're adult. I don't think she put Mount encouraging.
Right.
Yes. Now, encouraging, I do believe her fat ass was doing that shit. I do believe her big ass was encouraging them people to do that. And I do believe that she was fat shaming them. I do believe they said that
she was fat shaming.
Fat people are always, let me tell you something, I come from a place of fat and we fat shame. we fat shame other fat people. Like if we be like you, and it's not even fat shaming. It's just like we are sometimes weight watching, and it be big people because you don't know when I was big. You don't know how many big. So I was big, and I'm looking at them like you were about a sandwich away from exploding, and you telling me that I'm big. Like you need to watch it. You gaining too much weight, girl. And I'm like, you didn't gain too much weight. So what's the difference? Like you know what I'm saying? Like, but it's a tendency in the fat community.
These allegations are everywhere, and it's not a good look for Lizzo. She allegedly hired the same lawyers as Bill Cosby to fight these allegations. Beyonce has removed her name from her little tribute that she does on the concert.
As she should.
I mean, it's not looking good at all. I mean, I've never really been a fan of Lizzo. I feel like she's attention seeking all the time, and I feel like she's insecure, and she really wants people to like her, but I think she's really insecure.
And they say, girl, she's a mean girl now, and no one has come out to say anything different. That's what's kind of weird. And Lizzo has been in the industry for a while. She should have some friends that would come out like they did about Tiffany Haddish. Jason Lee came out and said, Tiffany Haddish is not this person or something like that. More people are coming out saying, well, yeah, she is kind of nasty. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, yeah, she is. And allegedly she stole someone's man. A girl was down to the TikToker crying about how Lizzo stole her man from right up in the head.
I think that girl was clout chasing, though. I think she was clout chasing.
No, I think she was telling the truth. Honestly, I think she was telling the truth because, like she said, when it happened, this is the first time we heard about it happening. She explained that when it happened, she was too embarrassed to even say anything. To say, like Lizzo, she said, because she was around Lizzo with her man. I guess whatever job he was doing or whatever, she was there. She said Lizzo was always nasty to her or like standoffish or not really interacting with her, saying much to her, like really like she'll try, hi, whatever she's doing, maybe because she's the star and maybe she doesn't want to speak to me. So she was like, but it was just every interaction she had with her she was like, you could feel people energy. And a lot of times you can feel when someone doesn't like you. So she said, just felt like Lizzo didn't like her. So long story short, Lizzo ends up being her boyfriend. Boyfriend ends up leaving her for Lizzo. So she said, imagine being on TV. Lizzo's up and coming at the time. Lizzo wasn't Lizzo, but she was almost there. But she said she's seeing her on TV. She's seeing her, this everyone loves Lizzo, the big girl movement or whatever. So how does she look coming out saying that this girl stole her man? She said, so she just didn't say nothing. She said, but it was suffering in silence. That because I went through the same thing when Nicki Minaj was dating Nas. When she was dating Nas, like I suffered in silence. Like I was crying. Like it was a lot. So I know
before she was with Nas.
Huh?
You was with Nas before she was with Nas?
Yes, and I'm with him now.
Is that what
we always together? It's like a soul bond. Like we're just always together. He doesn't know it, but I do. We were together for a while. Even when he got married, I let him get married. I let him like, all right, I know that you have a child with this woman. You can marry her, but it's not going to last, which it didn't. Like, I knew it wasn't going to last due to that mint green dress she had on. But when I went through the same thing, watching them on TV every day, you can't turn the channel. Like, every time you turn the channel, you see this person on TV. You're like, hate her. But, she said now that this came out, she just had, she wanted to speak out and say, Lizzo's not a good person. She's not that person that everyone thinks she is. She's actually a man-stealing bitch. You know what I'm saying? So I believe her, and I believe all the rumors are true. Yeah.
I never really liked Lizzo, but we'll keep an eye out on these allegations and see how far this lawsuit
having her butt cheeks out there and down to the damn basketball game with her whole butt. You don't trust a person to have their whole nasty butt out.
Yeah, when she did the booty cheek thing at the game, I was over her. It was very much attention seeking for me, and I don't like people who constantly have to seek approval of others. It's just not my thing.
Yeah, I don't like criers. And I think it's like, don't sit there and be naked and look like a squeezed out jar of peanut butter, and then when somebody say it, and then you want to cry about it. You know what you look like.
Let's talk about Sleepwalker, Summer Walker crying on stage because Meech, I don't know why. Why are you surprised that Meech was caught cheating with another woman? When y'all first got together, he was getting his peen sucked by Selena Powell in the bathroom, and she said she was doing it for 13 hours straight. So I'm confused as to why you on stage crying and now you over there with Sookie and Sexy Red
It's
because
saucy.
the
She's over there with
ninjas
Sookie, saucy, and sexy.
the ninjas is this and the ninjas is that, but this is the type of dude that you go for. He is not trying to be in a relationship. He is acting like he's none of these guys that's out here. He just smashing whoever. That's a lot of guys in the industry do this. A lot of guys in the industry, they just tell you what you want to hear and then they move on to the next one.
Do you have the video of her botched body? Do you have the video of her standing upside down?
When I first saw this picture of Summer Walker, I thought it was a transgender, and I'm not even being funny. Her body is not it. Like that plastic surgeon, these BBLs are killing y'all for real. These BBLs are killing y'all. This when I saw this, I thought it was a transgender. Look at this shape.
The botchness of it all.
Look at this shape. Look at the pelvis, y'all. Look at it. What is that?
This is what.
What is that?
See, I'm glad you said she looked like a transgender because this is what I think Amon Wiggins was talking about. With everybody, he got all the backlash when he was saying that women are looking like transgender, and they are, and like you got to just admit that, like that's a transgender aesthetic. Like women are going looking for the transgender aesthetic because in the 80s and 80s and stuff like that, when they couldn't go to the hospital, they didn't have the money, they were getting these underground surgeries that like the jaws, the high cheekbones, they were putting the butts in there to over exaggerate a woman's figure, the big boobs to over exaggerate, and now the women are looking like that. So he was saying women are starting to look like oh no, but they're copying off us. No. You copied off of them too because you copy each other because women not shaped up like that. You know what I'm saying? That's a trans look. And like you said, she looks like a transgender.
I thought it was a trans person at first when I first saw that botched body.
Because it's the exaggerated hips that's too big, bigger than the thigh.
When y'all get that stomach sucked out and then you get them extra hips, it just
and that doll look. Like with the tight, like some people, like my waist, like when I look, I'd rather have, like people swear to God, I had surgery, like on my waist. I have no waist, no stomach. People swear like I just had weight loss surgery. I had no other surgery. I just had weight loss surgery and that's it. I just lost weight and it snapped back. But I don't have any, my waist is like very, very tiny, but it's naturally that small. But I don't have like really big hips and big butts and stuff like that. Like, and she looks weird. And when she was upside down on that couch and they was patting her puss, she looks very weird.
Lifting up your leg and your legs not matching your hips, which is not matching your waistline. It looks horrible, Summer.
But my thing is, who's going to take you serious, Summer?
It looks horrible.
Who's going to take you serious after that? After the women, some women do this after they break up or they find their man cheating. Like, I'm going to go outside. I'm outside. I'm turning up. You look like a slut. Like it doesn't like. And they say stop slut. No, we need to slut shame because this is ridiculous. You're the mother of 3. You should not be on the couch on your head. And you, I believe she's indoctrinated. The Orishas is not smiling on this. Like you're not.
Supposed to be a voodoo priestess.
Yeah, like your whole she could be a priestess. Like I believe she's indoctrinated, but like the ancestors are not smiling on this.
They're not smiling
on that body. They're not smiling on that booty cheeks.
It's not even matching. One side is higher than the other side. The legs is still.
And Saucy Santana, like why did you take this picture? He was in that video talking about that body. Why are y'all lying to this girl? Y'all see what it looked like. If y'all were her real friends, you would tell her go home. Take that butt up and try to smash it back down into submission, or go home because you look crazy. You're the mother of 3. Just because a man cheated on you or allegedly cheated on you, he said he was bringing groceries into his cousin's apartment. Whatever, like just because that it doesn't give you free range to go outside and act like a slut. That's not cute.
She can do whatever she want to do. If she want to hang out with Suki and Santana and them, but I just want better for you because she does make good music. I do like her music, but in her last EP, she was talking about how Black women are not being treated as queens, and you need a strong man that's gonna take care of the bills and all of this other stuff. But then you out here doing stuff like this.
Well, what strong man are you gonna get now, Summer? Because after I saw you upside down on the couch with your whole coochie out, and I saw you leg to the sky with Saucy Santana and another young lady covering your private parts, I don't think no real man will ever take you serious.
No. I think men like to use women like Summer because they know
they'll sleep with you, but they won't take you serious.
Sleep with you, but I just can't imagine how it looks with the clothes off. You know what I mean? How that body looks. You know,
and then they take it outside too fast. Like they get this BBL. They don't even let the BBL rest and settle in before they outside. Then let your BBL rest for 3 to 6 weeks before you bring it out. You just bring it out untamed.
But she been had the BBL.
But it's just that is a botched job.
It very much botched. The Housewives of Atlanta reunion taped this week and this week or last week. And the reunion looks have come out, and I am overly underwhelmed by the theme. I don't know what the theme is. I don't know what they were thinking, most of them, but I'm just underwhelmed by the looks. I think Candy has the best look. I think she looks cute. The rest of them, I don't know what the hell they have.
Horrible to me. It's that crisscross around the bosom that I cannot take. That that right there around the bosom, the string and the crisscross.
What's it called? The corset?
No, the strings itself, like that's holding it up.
That she has on.
You see how it's crossed?
Out of everything.
You see how it's crossed around the neck? If it was like spaghetti straps.
Yeah.
It's like crossed around the neck,
straps.
like making an X. It looks like it's choking her. And her titties look weird.
Out of everybody, unfortunately, this is the best look.
I think it was Marlo. For me, it was Marlo. I think Marlo. Marlo gave the best look.
Marlo looks.
That's it. That's Marlo. Like people that don't understand fashion. Marlo gets fashion.
It looked like she going to bed.
No, but Marlo. This is Marilyn. You ever heard of Marilyn McCoo?
Who?
You ever heard of Marilyn McCoo? See, this is what I'm saying. Go Google Marilyn McCoo. This is fashion. This is what was given. This is given a 70s look of fashion. This is nice.
That was the theme. Was it 70s? Was that?
Yeah, I say it looks. This for me, what Marlo's trying to do is giving me Marilyn McCoo, and it's giving me like a 70s look. This is how they had like the Afghans. Like it looks like an Afghan that go around the neck and come like off the shoulder and had nothing but that ostrich feather around it, and it was glamorous, like in the 70s.
I don't like it for the reunion though.
Yeah, it was glamorous. I think she did the best job as far as fashion wise because she's a fashion girl, and I think she understands fashion. So like somebody who's in the fashion would think that this is nice. But I think Candy dress looked like something like a $10 dress. It was holding her boobs up like her boobs look cute.
I don't think Marlo's look is bad. I just think it's not a reunion dress.
Yeah, all of them look terrible. I couldn't give it to Nope, but she's just the best for me out of all the like, what the hell? She looked like two Kenya said
together. Usually Kenya is one of the girls that looks great, but this on the arms, I can't get into it. Maybe that was the theme is the fringe, maybe the feathers, and maybe that was the theme.
But I think the theme is 70s because that is their theme of their the Housewives. Like the intro, you saw they had the big hair and like the background and the color scheme was given 70s. So I think Marlo did read into the thing. I think she did, but because this is 70s too. This right here is a 70s look. I didn't seen this look before. But somebody talked Kenya into putting this thing on because I don't think Kenya looked and said, give me that dress with the toucan.
I think her hair is cute. Her hair
Yeah,
is
the hair is
70s.
everything else except for them sleeves.
I
And the
think the
titties.
dress would be better if it didn't have these sleeves on it. I just can't get into it. It's a no for me on this one.
She looks like two King's hand, child.
To me, charade dress is boring. It's just a regular prom dress.
It defines her boring.
It's very plain Jane. It's very boring to me.
Well, Sheree is boring. Sheree gives snooze fest. So you just watching Sheree is like watching paint dry. Like she is stuttering and
I
boring.
hope she doesn't come back next season. We don't need her. What's her name again? What's her name?
Who's it, Sandra? Oh, that's Manetta?
That's not Manetta.
That's Bryce and ex girl. I don't know her name.
Courtney. I couldn't even remember her name.
Yeah, like who are you, girl? Girl, we don't know you.
This dress I don't like it, but I can take it a little bit better than some of the others. It looks better in different pictures than it does here. I just don't like the open part in the middle. I don't like that. I don't know. It's also forgettable. Like we can't remember your name. Like, what do you think?
I don't even know why she was there the whole reunion.
No, she wasn't there the whole reunion. I mean, why would she?
Girl, so we don't even want to see what you got on next.
Manetta also boring, but it looked better in other pictures than it does here. It just looked real plain Jane.
I think it was safe. Like for her first reunion, I think it's safe. I don't want her to come back either too. Like, girl, you did not say nothing about your fallopians. You did not mention one scar tissue. You did not mention one tubal ligation. You did not mention one fallopian tube extraction. And don't come back.
I don't think that the top fits. I think it needs to be, a little bit more fitting. Don't you think? If it's gonna be like a corset type of thing.
It is a little ill fitting.
It's not fitting to me. It seems a little bit loose. Maybe she didn't get her size.
Probably they should have called Dwight. Because if they had Dwight on Dwight always travels with a team.
I feel like Drew's titties did not look good in this dress. I know that sounds bad, but her titties was sagging in this dress.
And did she just get them done? What is going on with these women's titties?
Did she get them done? As
I said, it seemed like she just got them done, remember?
Drew, her dress also looks better in other pictures than it does here. But I just don't like the dress. Her titties is not looking right. She needed sketty straps to hold that dress up. I'm not liking it. I'm not liking it at all. Was it 70s and baby blue, aqua blue? Like
I don't even know why it's that color.
The 70s and that been the theme, but y'all had an aqua blue.
I think they're trying to mix the 70s with Little Mermaid, and it is just not working.
Who came up with this concept?
This is Under the Sea.
What's her name? Sanya looks boring again.
She looks boring, but she's obviously pregnant. But she doesn't give much anyway.
That's not an excuse. We've had pregnant girls come on.
Portia turned it. Portia was pregnant, and she turned the 40.
We had pregnant girls come on here and kill it. So I don't want to hear that. Oh, she pregnant. No, she could.
But she's really boring in itself. Like Sanya. We have three we want Sanya gone, Sheree gone, and Courtney. We don't even know that she's there. So
I forgot
even that she was there. And Moneta, this was your season. This was the first season you were supposed to get in there. Get into. We didn't. I don't know. There's still more to the season, so maybe she could show us something.
I'm ready for the season to be over. Quite honestly,
I've been falling off from watching it as well. I just watched I watched 3 episodes because I think we missed 3. I just watched the 3 episodes. It did get a little juicier towards that last one that they had last Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'm kind of over it.
But congratulations, though, girl.
Congratulations on having your baby. I think that's going to be it for you. Hopefully, you can take your baby and go home and not come back next season. Cynthia is supposed to be coming back the next episode, and people are excited to see Cynthia. That's how bad the season is. Is because people was in the comments like, "Oh, Cynthia brought a level of balance to the show," which she did. And Cynthia, you stood up when she needed to stand up. So, and she was good at shade throwing too.
And she kicked when she needed to kick.
She kicked Portia in the stomach. She did what she got to do.
She do what she needs to do when it needs to be done.
So Cynthia's gonna be back and then she has a confessional. So I don't know if she's gonna be back for the rest of the season, but it's gonna be good to see Cynthia again.
Yeah, because I'm not going to even hold you guys because I was kind of excited. I was so bored with Housewives. I was excited to see Cynthia. When I saw Cynthia roll up in Candy, I think Cynthia is going to come to like be the tiebreaker or the lie detector, basically, or to say her part, like say what she saw, what she didn't see. I was kind of excited. I was like, oh my God, Cynthia! Look at Cynthia! Cynthia!
But to me,
I was kind of excited.
The whole thing about Drew kissing Latoya, who cares?
She is such a liar. Like.
It's just like the arguments to me. I just can't. I'm over the season. I'm just over it. Let's talk about Tina Knowles not being able to keep a man. She drove another man away. Y'all want to say that she filed divorce? I heard that he filed papers first.
They said that he done went down to the thing and he filed the paperwork. He said he will not take it no more. Did any of you guys watch? Let me know in the comments. Did you watch? Have you ever seen Jackie's Back?
Yes, I love that movie.
But he was giving when he look at her when she be telling them stiff jokes with her stiff face. He be looking just like his character that he played in Jackie's Back when he got stabbed in the head with that afro and he was just sitting there looking stupid. When he got stabbed in the head with the afro.
On the wall with this one, because the people are saying that Tina's real bossy, overbearing, and even in interviews, there was one particular interview that's circulating that has resurfaced of Tina. She was talking about him and saying that, oh, he's not the perfect man. And he was like, I'm not. And she was like, no, you're not.
No.
And, it was
she's like, no, you're not.
She's really like, she's an alpha female. And I think he just got tired of dealing with her. And, back a couple weeks ago, Tina was saying that her house was robbed. Allegedly, it was most likely him just going
to get Mr. Lawson. Mr. Lawson went down to the thing.
Lawson was going to get his stuff, and she was over there acting like she got robbed. And Tina's been cutting up lately. She's been in the blogs, going back and forth with people on Neighborhood Talk, and
following Tasha K to make her presence known. Tina is out there. Tina says she's the real gangster.
I mean, Beyonce never does that on social media, and Tina used to not do it, but I don't know why all of a sudden she's going back and forth with people on these blog sites. You cutting the food, talking about your mansion got broken into, but I think it was him getting his stuff out, and she doesn't want him to get spousal support. They filing for divorce. So we're just going to keep an eye out.
But the real tea is that allegedly they said that Mr. Lawson was down to the Twitters liking porn. That he was down to the thing with the porn.
Men watch porn.
That he was liking, but they were saying it was the types of porn that he was watching. Basically, it's bigger, all types of different.
They said he was looking at white porn. They said
and that he was hitting that like button. And obviously, Mr. Lawson didn't realize you could see who liked this. Like, so Tina saw, and that probably did not fit her perfect image because they just give me, I don't know if it's true or not, but the energy that Tina gives me, she gives me like she likes a perfect appearance. That she likes that she likes a perfect appearance. Even with Beyonce, like Tasha K did say her mother taught her how to hide children. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you hide them babies. Like Blue Ivy and the twins is Jay-Z's only kids. You know what I'm saying? So the other kids that look just like Jay-Z that he allegedly had during the 90s to an underage 16-year-old woman who allegedly knows. You know what I'm saying? They haven't spoke out, and I side-eye Beyonce about that. Like, I really side-eye her like that. Everybody, like, people, that's why I said when people be going crazy, like, when people go crazy for these celebrities and stuff like that, you have to separate the talent from the character. Because Beyonce character, what type of woman are you at the end of the day? That they saying that your man, your husband got these kids or whatever, and nobody said anything. Like, you haven't made a statement.
Those
you haven't said
allegations. We don't have any.
Yeah, those are allegations. But I'm saying, as a woman that's married to a man, and then somebody's accusing this man of being the father when you wasn't even in the picture. Like, it's not even like
we don't know what type of discussions they're having in their.
No, but what I'm saying publicly, because this guy had brought it publicly. He had brought it public, and they say nothing. A lot of times we understand that silence is golden, and you should say nothing. A lot of times
we don't acknowledge the romance.
But in certain situations, it seems like they just want to give like that perfect image. Like, this is perfect.
I don't think so. I think that they acknowledge stuff, but they acknowledge it in their music. Beyonce, well, like even with the elevator situation, she didn't do an interview and talk about it. She addressed it in her music.
No, she shouldn't have to talk about it. That was an incident that happened. But if somebody that comes out, that publicly comes out and say that your husband is their father, he said that he believed that Jay-Z is his father. His mother told him this. He don't believe his mother lied to him, that she did tell him it was two men that was potentially the father. The first man took a DNA test, which came out negative. So they sent the DNA test to Jay-Z's team. They have the DNA test where the other guy was negative, along with the young boy's DNA test. So all they had to do was take a DNA swab from Jay-Z and compare the results. But he would not take the test and refused for years. Like, and he have enough money to keep the shit tied up in the court system and not do it. But I'm saying, but like, how can you allow, like, for this man to tie this up, even if it's behind the scenes, this shit should have been settled. Because as a woman, how you let this go on? Like, this should have been settled, even if we don't know about it. But we shouldn't have been known that he would refuse to take the test and then take the test in years, would refuse for years not to take the test. Because I would have to force my husband to take that test, or we are through. You're going to take that test, or we're through. Because you're not going to have, like, what is your character to have your blood out there like that and not acknowledge your blood? What type of man are you? And what type of woman am I to be with you?
That's there's a lot of Negroes out here and other type of men as well.
That's what I said, but that's what I'm saying. We put so much faith in these celebrities. Like, oh, Beyonce. They say her breasts stink. You understand? Like, and I love Beyonce. But that don't mean she don't got halitosis.
We about to end the show.
No, I'm just saying, for real, I love Beyonce, but that does not negate her halitosis.
Nobody breath is at 100% mental.
Right, and this is what I'm saying, but they saying that she should have ate the double mint and the gum and the wrapper. She should have ate the gum and the wrapper. They told her to swallow the gum and swallow the wrapper next. But I'm saying this is not, and like with some of the
she could have just had eggs. We don't know what she was eating. I mean, we don't know. Her
stomach was messed up. We're gonna give her, but they said it was more than once. But but that's neither here nor there. We love Beyonce, and I love Beyonce, but that doesn't negate the fact that she's still human. And I could appreciate her being human. I appreciate that she has tart breath once in a while. That, you know what I'm saying? I could appreciate that.
Breath is at 100% all the time.
Right, this makes her human. But when we look at them, we make them inhuman, and we look at these people and think they're so much better, and they don't do this, and they don't do. They're just as dumb as us. They're just as like Summer Walker. Like, you would think that this person that has this celebrity and money and access, that she would not be outside with her botched body twerking because she mad that some lowlife cheated on her, that you knew that was going to cheat on her.
People around her that are boosting her up and making her think that she look good, and she don't have no real friends around her. Her real friends would have told her to maybe put a skirt on or maybe put something to cover up them lopsided hips. But back to Beyonce, I will be seeing her next week. I'm excited.
Yes, Shady will be reporting live on the ground
of the stadium several hours early, getting towed up, ready for the festivities. I already picked out my outfit. I already took time off work. I am ready to go. So I'm excited. I cannot wait.
I'm excited for you. I hope you have a good time and enjoy yourself and be safe out there. But you will be reporting, we're going to get the inside scoop. We get in the behind the scenes footage.
I don't have no backstage passes or anything. but
they don't know that. But we.
But I am excited to go. I mean, it's going to be a good show. I mean, I've seen it all through Instagram anyway, but it's a whole different experience when you're actually there. So I'm excited for it.
I wish my nerves would allow me to think, but as soon as I see, because me watching on the people in Manhattan, just knowing that they were here, like on the people, like just made me seriously nervous. Like, oh my god, I can't believe it.
Are there any updates on the Carly Russell thing? Because she burned it out, and we ain't heard nothing else about the Carly Russell case. Are they?
No, I think they're trying to figure out what to do or what type of action is going to be taken against her. What do you think that should happen to her, though?
Well, really, financially, you can't really hurt her. Her family has money. So if y'all put a fine on her, they're just going to pay the fine and move on. You know, she got money. And I found out later, because we was thinking it was one guy that she was doing it over, but it was actually about another guy, that she was messing with. I think that she needs to have her wig taken off and go to jail. She needs to do 100 days in jail.
She does.
Maybe 100 days is too much. Maybe 50 days.
No, the 100 days is not too much. I think 100 days is a little bit lenient for her. I think that she needs to do at least 6 months to a year. I think she needs to do at least 6 months to a year in prison and then have like a year probation.
6 months might be excessive, but
no, it's not excessive because what she did was excessive. Because what you did, as this was premeditation, you actually sat there and Googled these things. You sat there and lied and said it was a baby. If she had did it to her family and her family just called the cops, I would say less time. I would say just, you know what I'm saying, don't even give her no time. You know what I'm saying? Just give her probation for, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But you did the wrong move when you yourself dialed 911. When you dialed 911 yourself and said, oh, it's a baby in the road, you know, something like that. You caused this. You put everything in action when you did this. Because now you caused the cops to come out. Now, if you had just left your car on the side of the road, peeled your wig back, left it on the floor, took your Cheez-Its and left on your own, and then your family started looking for you and your family called 911, like, look, you know, my daughter's missing. That's a whole nother story because you didn't incite this. You actually incited this. And you actually pre-planned it. And then you came home walking. They have you on your neighbor's door cam walking down the street, and then when you get close to when your house is inside, you come running. Your mother and her bob. As soon as your mama opened that door with her stiff bob, she knew she was lying. She saw her daughter and was like, because you know your kid. And that's why I think that's
about this before. I don't think this is the first time that Carly.
No, the first time I think they didn't know at all because you could tell the difference. They were very nervous and like, where is my daughter? Now the second time is as soon as she said, she's a God-fearing person and she's human. I was like, this bitch is lying. I was like, she's already setting the people up to be forgiven to her daughter. Like, be forgiven. Remember, she's human. She's a God-fearing person. Anybody could have did this. She was setting that stage up already. Yeah. By the, you know what I'm saying? She was setting that stage up already. That's how I was like, this bitch is lying. But I think she does need to do some type of time because this is wrong. And like a lot of missing Black women, especially, and a lot of missing Black teens does not get that attention. And for them to get all that attention and you scaring the general public.
Especially the people that live in that town.
Like a white baby at that. Now, she probably said it was a Black baby. A lot of people wouldn't care. Let's be honest. They wouldn't really care. But when she
said it was a white baby.
She said it was a white baby down to the road. So that's why the police was there in less than 30 seconds. You saw how fast the police got there? The police was out there. A potential Caucasian baby walking the road. That was a Black baby that would have probably took like 5 to 10. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that baby's tough. That baby could make it on the streets. They probably would have felt that, but they like a white baby. We need to bring him to salvation quick. But I think she was like really wrong.
Yeah. So we're gonna.
Because she scared me. I was like scared. I'm like, oh my God, this is sex trafficking. And then I was getting all these images and stuff like that and clouding my judgment because I'm like, oh my God, she's probably never coming home. This is scary because when you see a baby, everybody has a soft, you know, your heart melts most people when you see a baby. So you're going to want to save that baby. Like, oh my God, it's a baby out here by itself. You just really lied. And I think she needs to, you know, do a little bit of time for that.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm going to keep an eye out on that case as well.
What do you feel about the Just Hilarious at T.S. Madison?
Well, I feel like T.S. Madison jumped in something that she probably shouldn't have jumped in, because I felt like, number one, this whole thing started because of the post of the transgender woman saying women don't own periods, which was a stupid statement or whatever. It was posted to be divisive, and y'all fed into it. Y'all created this whole war between women, real women, and transgender. Y'all going back and forth on social media. To me, it was draining, because at the end of the day, as a transgender, you can't have a baby, you cannot have a period. And there is a difference between a natural born woman and a transgender. And that's just
that was
what it
just
is. And that's
it
just
was
what
stupid. Like, I hate when people come up here like Just Hilarious. They come up there and they make a whole like public service announcement in a statement, like the other young black lady that was talking in this and but and women and transgender women, most of them, they know that they can't have women. They can't have periods. They know that they're not real women. They know that they can't have babies. They know that. That girl who said that mess was just one foolish person who said
but
that.
y'all fed into it. Y'all fed into it and started
She
a whole
said it
argument.
for this reaction. And for like women come out, I don't see that with the men. Like the men, why is always black women? I say, is white women worried about this? Because I see like black women, y'all have nothing to do. Like, what do y'all have? Y'all always got to come and make a statement about something. Women are the alpha and omega. We are the beginning and the end. It's no place we cannot be replaced. Like you can't compete where you don't compare. And for women to sit there, it seems like it does seem like, what are you jealous for? Because some of them do look better than us. Like it seems like
I just think the whole argument was stupid, and it lasted a whole week. And it was
stupid. But what T.S. Madison said was a fact. Transphobia affects real women too, and it does. It does, because it was just a woman murdered because someone thought she was trans. Someone sat there and thought she was trans and took this woman's life because they thought so. It affects real women, because if someone is so homophobic and transphobia, like somebody, you know how many times I got mistaken for transgender? I liked it, but that wasn't here nor there. But what if it was somebody who, hey, but luckily it was in the comfort of the community, and they was just like, oh, you real fish? Oh, I thought you was, something else, but what if somebody else saw me in my makeup and my big wigs, what I'm saying, and say that, oh, you look kind of like a man. I have on my heel, and I may be looking 6 feet tall because I'm tall when I put on my heels. Like, and they can mistake me for a man and try to kill me. That's affecting all women. It does. It's just sad. Like, let people do what they want to do.
The whole thing was childish, and it like it's no point in arguing about it. Like,
it's stupid
that she was offended because the guy that she was talking to mistook her for a transgender. A lot of women do get offended when people mistake them for transgender, because
why people don't look in the mirror and know what they look like? I don't get it. Like look in the mirror and know what you look like. And it's not that I'm calling you ugly or anything. Society is. Yes, but I'm not calling you ugly. Society did. Like, it's just a society that we live in, that some people are deemed attractive and some people are deemed not. Like, or deemed like you look like a man or not. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Like, someone, she said, DM'd her. Like, she said it was like a celebrity or something that DM'd her because he really thought that she was a transgender and he wanted to get with her, from behind. Like, he wanted her to get with him from behind. But like, I don't understand the offense. Like,
well, I think she's just offended because she's a woman. And she has the right to be offended. Like, everybody,
she does have the right to be offended, but all this hoopla and this thing back and forth is just giving me a headache. Because I'm like, men, like, I know a lot of studs that walk around with their strap on, and they really, I'm saying, but the men are not sitting there talking about that's not a real dick. Nothing like.
I don't think men care about what studs are doing. They're not looking at.
Yeah, because men know what it is. They know that they're men. And that's someone else, like, that's something that's not a man. That's not a male. Like, Like it's just weird, like how you just it's just like arguing with something that you can't change. Like why would you go back and forth with something that's just fact?
Yeah, I just felt like that whole argument was drained out. Didn't even report on it.
But people just always want to make a scene, but I just be laughing when they come on there.
Argue over stuff that
I'm speaking for the black women are the most and what she said was because let me tell you something. I know the transgender and gay boys that be out there fighting men that sat there and defend women. Because it's a lot of these regular men that I didn't see women get their ass whipped and men, real men with balls sat around there and didn't do nothing. And it'd be a gay man or a transgender man that jump in and fight these men for these women, while the other men, that so-called real men, sit around and be the one whooping your ass or the one that's letting you get your ass whipped. Mm-hmm. So they do be helping out the girls.
Yeah, I mean, that is true as well, but you know, I'm glad that argument died down because that thing was going on for way too long, and I'm sick of it. But do you have anything else to say before we wrap things up?
No, I think we covered it all. Do we have any other updates that's worth talking about?
Not right now. It's about time for me to wrap this up. I'm about to my eyes about to shut down on me.
Right, and I'm about to eat this whole pack of Rolaids and hope it works.
But I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. We've been on hiatus, but we're back. Thank you so much. Make sure y'all hit that like button. If you didn't hit it already, make sure you hit that like button and like our video. I forgot to put our banner up. And also support our channel. You can support us via Cash App down here. And make sure that y'all hit the notification bell because I just tried it. It works. It sends you an email and it'll send you a notification. So make sure y'all hit the notification.
Emails and notifications?
It sent me both. So the notification bell works. So make sure y'all hit that as well. And we will see y'all on the next video. Y'all be safe. And we'll see y'all next time on the Mason Shady Show. Good night, y'all.
Good night, y'all.